Available now. Link below.
Now for some amazing news for a change in an astonishingly stunning turn of events. Former President Donald Trump has just scored a monumental victory against the relentless attacks from New York Attorney General Letitia James. The New York Appeals Court has handed down a game-changing ruling reducing Trump's bond in his civil fraud case from an astronomical $464 million to a much more manageable $175 million. But that's not even the best part, folks. In a move that can only be described as pure alpha, Trump stepped outside the courtroom and declared to the world, "I'll pay in cash." This is a man who refuses to be intimidated, a true patriot who will fight tooth and nail against the corrupt establishment. But the story doesn't end there. You won't believe the shocking details we're about to reveal in this special report, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around for my final thought. Now, picture this. Just like how Trump fearlessly stood against the deep state's relentless attacks, you too can stand up against the greedy utility companies that are draining your hard-earned cash. With energy bills hitting record highs and power companies sitting on a staggering $13 million in uncollected debt, it's time to fight back. Introducing this game-changing, compact little device, it can slash your power bills and optimize your home's energy usage. Here's the best part. You can get your hands on this magic money saver at exclusive 65% off by visiting don'twastepower.com. That's right, don'twastepower.com. Don't let the power companies win. Take control of your energy costs, just like how Trump took control of his destiny in that courtroom. Watch.
This is a case that could have been brought 3.5 years ago, and now they're fighting over days because they want to try and do it during the election. This is election interference. That's all it is, election interference. And it's a disgrace. We'll obviously be appealing. But this is a pure case of voter intimidation and election interference, and it shouldn't be allowed to happen. This case could have been brought by the DA, but they didn't want to bring it because they said they have no case, and then they bring it anyway. As you know, DA Bragg did not want to bring this case. He was forced into it for outside reasons, and it's a disgrace that it can happen. But this was a case that could have been brought 3.5 years ago, and they decide to wait now, just during the election, so that I won't be able to campaign. We'll be appealing this. On the other decision, it will be my honor to post, and we'll post whatever is necessary, whether it be cash or security or bonds. There's a decision we appreciate and respect the appellate division very much. And we will, I think, do very well in that whole thing. We have a judge who I believe is a crooked judge and a crooked attorney general, absolutely crooked. We did nothing wrong at all, 100%, and that was proven, and everybody there said it was proven. All you have to do is read the legal scholars, and you see that it was proven. But we will continue with that, but we appreciate very much the decision of the appellate division. Thank you very much.
What's your collateral bond?
Cash.
If you're elected, will you pardon yourself?
Like an absolute alpha boss, I'll pay cash. Now let's dive deeper into the details of this groundbreaking ruling. The 11th hour decision came from a panel of state appellate division judges, all appointed by Democrat governors. Now, this fact alone speaks volumes about the strength of Trump's case and the glaring weaknesses in Letitia James' baseless accusations. And before Monday's ruling, Trump was facing a staggering $454 million judgment, with the amount increasing by more than $111,000 a day due to added interest. Now, the original judgment also barred Trump and his children from serving as officers of New York-based companies and prohibited them from obtaining loans from New York banks. But with the new ruling, those restrictions have been lifted and Trump's empire remains intact. Now, it's important to note that while the bond has been reduced, the judgment itself still stands. However, this ruling is a clear indication that the appeals court recognizes the flaws in James' case and the potential for Trump to emerge victorious when this matter is inevitably reaching the Supreme Court. Legal experts like George Washington University law professor Jonathan Turley have already pointed out the challenges James will face in trying to seize Trump properties, citing complex partnership structures and leveraged debt that would need to be untangled. Watch this.
Well, it's hard to gauge because of that posting by the former president. That's going to take some pressure off of the Court of Appeals because they're going to be aware that he's saying that he may have the cash. And so it'll be interesting how that dynamic plays out with the court. This is a lot of money to be able to get his hands on, even for someone who's a billionaire. The question still remains for the Court of Appeals, the underlying decision, and possibly this bond issue. In my view, the penalty that was handed down is absurd. I mean, I don't know anyone that can make sense out of the figure that this judge came up with. He might as well have just said $1 trillion. And by making it a big number, he made it likely that Trump would have to sell some of his real estate. Because you can't use real estate to float a bond of this size. Now, that may have been avoided, but I think that all of the drama going up to the appellate review has got to help Trump to some extent. I think that even people that don't like Trump did not like what they were seeing here. There are very few people that could come up with this amount of cash in this short of time. And if he hadn't, and maybe he still won't, it could put his appeal in danger. So the judge could set a figure so high that unless he sold the property he's trying to protect, he can't get anyone to review the decision.
And now we know the appeal has turned in his favor to some degree by reducing the astronomical fine. Now, Turley also highlights the potential Eighth Amendment and due process issues at play, suggesting the damages sought by James are so excessive they could violate Trump's constitutional rights. Now, this is a sentiment echoed by Representative Chip Roy, who blasted James' actions as lawfare and targeting during a recent CNN interview. Watch.
Obviously, I believe in the rule of law, and obviously I believe that you've got to follow that where it leads. However, here's the problem. This lawfare, if you want to use that framing and phraseology, this targeting of the former president, whether you're talking about impeachment, which was done, whether you're talking about all of these cases, there's multiple cases, all of that is having an inverse effect, right? The average hardworking Americans out there saying, what are you doing? All of this politics that's going on. And then they complain about whether Jeff Yass is going to buy up, the Truth Social and whether that's going to happen. Look, when you play these lawfare games, then you're going to win stupid prizes. And the fact is, right now, the president, the former president, is gaining in popularity against a feeble current president, destroying our country, attacking Israel, undermining our country with open borders. And President Trump is actually gaining popularity because they're just focusing on trying to go after him. I think that's, you're seeing the product of that in real time. And what we need right now is to focus on the issues the American people care about. Secure the border, stop spending money we don't have. If you're going to stand up with Israel. Do not fund Israel until you've dealt with your own border, and stop destroying the American dream and making it impossible to afford health care. I saw Barack Obama out championing Obamacare. We've had a quadrupling of the price of health insurance since Obamacare was passed. Nobody can afford it. And nobody can get coverage. A woman in my district who can't even go to MD Anderson when she's got stage 4 cancer under coverage because they forced it through this crappy healthcare coverage. I'm a cancer survivor. I couldn't go back to MD Anderson on the Obamacare I have currently as a member of Congress, or that I would have under the policies. So look, the American people want us to fight for them. That's what we need to do for the next 6 months. And if we do that, if the president who showed up to drain the swamp and build the wall is the guy running, he'll do fine.
So at the heart of this case lies a fundamental question about the fairness and impartiality of our justice system. As Trump himself pointed out, James has been gunning for him since she ran for office, vowing to take him down because she viewed him as an illegitimate president. Now, this politically motivated witch hunt has been a stain on our republic, and it's high time it all comes to an end. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Now, folks, let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer boldness and patriotism displayed by President Trump in this historic moment. When he declared, "I'll pay it in cash," he wasn't just talking about the bond. He was sending a powerful message to the American people that he will not back down, that he will not be intimidated by the corrupt establishment's witch hunts. This is a man who is willing to sacrifice his own wealth, millions upon millions of dollars, his own empire, all for the sake of making America great again. And that, my friends, is what true leadership looks like. So as we speak, The Trump train is barreling through the obstacles, the lies, and the deceit, and is headed straight for the White House in 2024. President Trump is ready to reclaim his rightful place as the leader of the free world, and nothing, not Letitia James, not the Democrats, not the fake news media can stop him. So buckle up, patriots, because the best is yet to come. Trump 2024. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.